a second, guys. One second.
What up?
We've got to give a shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friend and supporter, show and proof. Also, the longest running sponsor of I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast.
Absolutely. Look, man, South Nashville Heating and Cooling, where quality and craftsmanship come together. They've been doing this since 1985. That's almost 40 years of service. Expert designs, quality installations, superior service.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something.
What's that?
Tell me.
I feel confident in the fact that South Nashville Heating and Cooling will keep me warm in the winter.
For sure.
It'll keep me cool in the summer.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, these middle months, you'll be comfortable even then.
Absolutely, dude.
Y'all know the deal, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling. We love those guys. Y'all see the name. Y'all see the number. Tap in.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Always. It's I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because trust us, we never do. All we do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squint.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. With me as usual down on the end of the couch, I got that one guy.
ChadArmesTV.com.
Chim chimney chim chim chiroo.
All right.
Somebody throw me a spear.
Oh, dude. With us today, guys, this is long overdue. We have the cast and creators and owners and operators of Over the Top Podcast, which consists of Chad Arms, WrestleManiac 1130. What's your name?
My name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
Say it! Yeah, there it is. All right.
He put the WAP on yours.
I'm with it. I'm with it. And your name, young one?
Y'all already know what it is. It's Hot Mike Chance. It's Hot Mike Chance. Let me tell you something, brother.
Tell me. Tell me.
Business, dude.
I can't believe that I'm finally sitting in this chair.
How's it feel, Chance?
I know, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is big
All
time.
right. Okay.
Just cash app him.
I'm proud of
Yeah,
what
just cash
y'all
at
got.
me.
I'm proud of what y'all got going on here.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Big time.
Appreciate
Well,
you, brother.
we're proud of you as well.
Yep.
I mean, this we're in the big time here, Chance.
Dude.
So, if you're unaware, Chad Arms TV down there, my fellow co-host here on I Got Some Shit to Say, is also a host of a very up-and-coming podcast that we're all fans of here at this studio, but they're close friends of mine, man, and it's been great to see their progression. They started Over the Top Podcast. How long y'all been doing that shit?
50 episodes.
Yeah, 50 episodes.
Almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year, okay. And just been consistent with it, man. I mean, the true definition of what it takes to like get going and to invest your time and, you know, build something. These guys have took it from the ground up to recording their first 3 or 4 episodes here at this studio.
Started out here.
And then migrating over to Chance and Chance taking the reins and keeping them on track about the visual, you know, visually and audio looking good and all that. They picked up sponsors along the way. They're doing their thing, man. It's been great to see. And it's like the brother of this podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
most
we're
definitely.
family, but it's almost like you guys cover a lot of shit, but you guys kind of focus on like movies and wrestling and you know, just guy shit. You know what I mean? It's like man cave talk basically over there,
Body odor and shit.
yeah, shit like that. But we do similar topics over here when we're, you know, over here we're a music podcast, but we find ourselves constantly just veering down roads with no direction, and we just talk about anything and everything under the sun.
Yeah, you're just hanging out.
Right? And the relatability there is undeniable. So it's been good to see you guys grow, but I've been excited to have you guys here.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I've been excited to get up here. Like I said, we recorded our first 4 episodes here in this studio.
At the table.
Yeah, at the table.
Facts.
That's
Well,
how long
we had
ago.
like the green screen.
Yeah.
Like, we were trying different stuff early on.
And then moving out to the studio, moving out there to White House and all that stuff. The biggest thing we've done is stayed consistent in putting out an episode every week, staying with that, and it's been the biggest key to everything. Is
It's important.
consistency.
Yeah.
And then gaining from the Opus, we've been putting out little clips. We're at least putting out two of those a day. And it's just content.
And you guys just hit y'all's 500 sub on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like everything from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? And
it's literally been built from the ground up. It's just been a whole lot of effort put into it.
And
We started it on my other channel, that I had since 2012, the Chatty Bobby channel.
Yeah.
Which has had so many different paths that we've been down.
Yeah, it's been a test chamber.
Yeah. So we started putting it on there because I had 14,000 subscribers, but that channel got demonetized for some old battle rap reviews I did for some reason, and it demonetized it and it shadow banned it and all that stuff. So we was already about 20 something episodes in at that point, 30 episodes in. And I was like, man, let's just start our own channel. I'll move all the episodes over. Yeah. And it's kind of what it's been since then. So it hadn't even been a full year we've had the channel.
Looking back, do you wish, well, I don't know. I think that's easy for you. It's easy for you to say and easy for me to ask that question. But if you take the monetization topic out of it, like if that channel was still monetized, it wouldn't have been the same answer.
Yeah.
No, I think, looking back, if I would from the jump, I would have just started a new channel as soon as the pod started.
Yeah.
It just in my head, I was like, well, the majority of the people know this, you know what I mean? Know Tony, because Tony's been on that channel for 10 years.
Yeah.
Chance as well. So it's like, so it's kind of one of those things where it made sense. But then once that channel I just don't use anymore. So it was just like, looking back, I would have just started from scratch.
And with the demonetization thing, it doesn't get you out there into the algorithm
it doesn't.
world and all that kind of stuff.
Part of it, but like just not getting shown. Nobody the 14,000. So nobody was getting the notifications when my videos came out. So I was like, well, I'll just leave it alone.
Do we ever think about that from this podcast?
As far as
because it's almost like we're shadow banned to a degree as far as this podcast goes. Like our the podcast numbers don't do, even being on ChadArmesTV, like the podcast don't get near enough. Like you would think it'd be everywhere and in a lot of people's faces, but only people that tune into our podcast on the visual aspect of it are our core fan base.
Yeah.
And that's appreciated. And we that's why we do it. You know what I'm saying? So no foul there, and it's never about the money. But I've always asked myself that, shout out to Chad for allowing us to house this pod on his channel. But it's almost like
But I think in a way too, the Chad Arms TV channel and the I Got Some Shit to Say has grown tremendously.
Oh, absolutely.
With each other
for sure. Absolutely.
A lot of it now, I think, and I've watched this from even channels that I watch, like huge comedian channels. Their podcasts were getting 300, 400, 500K an episode. They're barely doing 50, 60, 70K an episode. So it's almost like since the bringing in of the shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's almost like
the whole format changed.
It's like they're doing it across the board with everybody. Because like Chris D'Elia, for example, dude, his podcasts were getting 500-600K per episode. This is after all the allegations when he came back.
Yeah.
And then slowly it started going now he gets 50 or 60K, but he's like 600,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's just because of the short form stuff.
Yeah.
Attention spans on people, man. It's like give me the short stuff real quick.
Yeah, I hate that. I
do too.
I hate it from a creator standpoint, but I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even myself, I've got to a point now where YouTube, opening my YouTube app on my phone and specifically tapping on shorts and going for an hour.
And just flip
instead of watching one episode.
Instead of watching one episode or something.
Yeah.
But I get to where most of my podcast where I'm bringing that in is audio on the road. I listen to 99% of my audio in the car is podcast.
Yeah. Well, and then nobody being on this side of it and everything, nobody really sees the work that you put into filming and creating that episode every week. I mean, how much time you put in behind the computer, editing things out, making sure everything looks right. I mean, nobody really sees that part of it. I mean, that's for an hour-long episode, that's at least a couple hours worth of work.
Oh yeah, easy.
Consumers don't even look at it; they just look at it. See, now, bro, I'm guilty of it. Now, when I get on YouTube, I've always been a longer episode or longer video. I'd rather watch a longer video than shorter ones.
Yeah.
Now, bro, I go onto the shorts feed when I want to watch my podcast clips instead of going and watching the 30, 40-minute episodes.
You want the highlights.
Yeah. So I just watch the shorts, especially, and so now that's kind of how we've started adopting the Chad Arms TV method of that with the interviews, and now we're going to start doing it with the podcast too, which we do some.
Yeah,
but we've got 230 episodes. Just
y'all have so many clips.
We haven't even tapped into that.
Yeah, we've done a few, but we're going to start integrating.
Y'all see a lot more of it.
Episodes.
I mean, y'all got some gems in there.
Yeah, and there's so many that we don't even remember.
Yeah, that's the thing now. It's literally got. I mean, we're almost 250 in over here.
Crazy.
And to to think about that, it's like I remember so many things, and like we can go to any episode and hit play. We literally started watching the first episode the other day. Was that me and you that were watching that?
Maybe.
No, it was Jackie Moon.
Okay.
Jackie Moon put on episode 1 and let it play for like 15 minutes, and I couldn't remember not a word of it.
Oh no, I don't remember 15 episodes ago.
But there's some that I do. Some I can literally, before I know Chad's about to say, "Oh, what about things are weird," but that comes from the editing side too. Because I'm watching it repeatedly.
You're seeing it so much.
Yeah, so I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to say right there, but
It sounded good.
yeah, thanks. I think though it's been a wild ride, man.
That's crazy. Y'all are almost 250.
Yeah. When we're filming this, we're like 234 or something like that.
That's insane. But that goes back to, I mean, at y'all's peak, y'all were doing what, 2?
Yeah, we did 2 a week. The first 2 years, we did 2 a week. We did one every Monday and Friday.
I mean, that's a lot of work to get.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah.
I mean, for
we never missed a week.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
almost did 100, probably 50 times. There's just times I called Chad fucking in tears because I'd be like,
oh yeah,
stressed to the max.
That almost happened to us with episode 40. Luckily,
everybody got sick after the show.
After the birthday show, luckily we recorded that stuff at the show and everything.
Yeah.
And we were able to use that for an episode.
Yeah.
'Cause that was just supposed to be like what they did was supposed to be just bonus content for the channel.
Yeah,
but
I remember it turned into its own episode.
Yeah, because
you got so much.
After that, we all got COVID.
Yeah, everybody got sick.
Got COVID.
So and shout out to Chance and Tony, because if they wouldn't have shown up that night,
we were going to show up regardless.
Right, but I'm saying with the equipment
fun night.
stuff,
that
y'all bringing that equipment is because there was an issue with our equipment, so we had to borrow some of theirs too, so it kind of worked out. But that turned out to be cool, and it's one of the best
it's one of the most watched views on our channel.
Just the interviews with all of us.
And it's one of the most simple episodes we've done.
Yeah, just quick hitting questions and stuff.
Well, I mean, not only then like the relationship our pod has with your pod, I mean, organically, honestly, because Chad's here, but like where I talk about how we all became friends and shit over the years now, right? But it's like even if we took over the top out of the equation, like Chance and Tony are part of fucking Show and Prove.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like these guys have been behind the scenes, especially Chance. No discredit to you.
No, this guy over here.
You know what I mean? But for years now, this has been a thing. This has been a thing that's you guys. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's so much more value to these two guys being here opposed to just being co-hosts of Chad's other fucking.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
but that guy right there
is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he really is.
And he smells funny.
Because you could call him
it's at Armani
at 1 o'clock in the morning and say,
and he won't answer.
Yeah, and he'll be there with anything you need for it. He's one of the most solid guys I've ever come across. Is that man sitting right there?
Yeah, shout out Chance. That's Chance Grows Biz. You know, for our listeners and watchers, he's always in our chat or in our premieres or everything else. We reference the chat. We reference the Chance.
Mod Squad.
Absolutely. Then we reference to him though constantly. You know what I'm saying? And I think I don't know how long we've been recording this episode, but we got to point that out. You know what I'm saying? The people we reference to all the fucking time is Chance and Tony. That's these two guys. Friday the 14th.
That's us.
And Hot Mike Chance.
Well, that's we've always, me and Chance has always said it. Whenever y'all need help with, we're always there to. Even when y'all had the live show and everything.
Facts.
Being the live
the live podcast.
200,
it's a family.
It's exactly bingo. It's
invite only though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
we're special.
Yeah, definitely are.
Special.
But when the podcast over here, we were foot on the gas for 2 years, up to episode 200.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was too much work, and it was like an obsessive amount of work though. Like I was obsessed. You know
on top of your regular 9 to 5.
Facts.
I mean, you were doing 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, I was for sure, but it got us to where
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'd like that. That was like the pressure time. Maybe it was unnecessary. I don't know. Like Chad tried to convince me, how long, Bubba, to go 1 a week?
A while, just because it was a lot.
He saw it though.
A lot on me too. So
and Chad was hoofing it, back and forth from where he's at. And Chad lives almost an hour from here, and so shout out to Chad. He stuck with me through all of that obsessive fucking shit I was going
that
through.
and creativity wise too. You
we were boiling.
You hit and some you're doing so much you hit a wall at some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sometimes me and Squints would just
Scraping it together.
the funniest episodes to me are when we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
Dude, I hear that all the time. Though.
it's the most natural ones.
Yeah. People say that they love. I get comments about the internals all the time, where it's just like me and Chad, or me and one, or me, Chad, and one, and Leroy, or whatever the fuck it may be. But like the internals, where we have no like topic or direction, and we just fucking go.
We're just hanging out,
bro. Shout out episode 50 of Over the Top.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a perfect example. So, fun fact, in real time, like right before we started filming this episode, we shot a pod swap with Over the Top. They put me on episode 50. If I don't know if that's available
now.
Oh, it's available now.
Before this one did.
But
Came out last night.
Tony had like this itinerary. He had like this they had like this whole idea of how that episode was going to go.
Yeah, we got 2 questions in.
But that happens because we're all just natural friends, and, and we've been doing this family shit for a while. Yeah. But it also it's just
fucking hilarious.
It's right. The conversation didn't stop for 1 second.
Yeah.
It went left. We talked about all kinds of shit.
I shit myself.
Yeah, Chad shit himself. Chad shits himself. Yeah, we talk about that often on the show.
Borden chocolate milk.
Man,
chocolate.
cut the fucking check.
Shout out the Borden boys. Borden, cut the check.
Yeah, dude, for sure, man.
Chance tried Borden chocolate milk for his
I
first
tried
time.
Strawberry for the first time.
Milk. I did a one
guzzle.
Killed
I really hoped it was going to change my life. It didn't quite change my life. It opened my mind.
Yeah.
And it let me know that they're not missing in other categories, but I guess it's just not, I'm just not big on strawberry milk.
When the cream of the crop is the chocolate milk, it's hard to top that level.
I can say that I'm not a chocolate milk guy, but I do think
you cannot beat that.
That is the best tasting chocolate milk.
For sure.
Yeah.
And somebody in the comments always talks about some like fucking $7 shit that you can get at
like Hatcher Farms or something.
You know what I mean? Some of that shit. And I'm sure maybe so, but I'm not bougie like that, bro. And
no, give me my board.
chocolate milk's fucking expensive. That shit costs more than a fucking like a Coke soda.
No, 100%. 100%, dude.
I remember when Coach used to be goddamn 99 cents, bro. $1.09. Them motherfuckers are like $2.50 now.
Yeah, the new Mountain Dew just dropped, I guess, some new purple one.
Bro, there's 19 new flavors every week now.
I know. So, like, we were there.
Hold on. What did you call it?
Mountain Dew?
No, that's not how you say it.
Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm with it. All right.
Thank you. That's old Chatty Bobby 1130.
Got it.
Ism. But yeah, dude, they were 2 for $5 was the deal. Or 2 for $4 for 20 ounces. 2 for $4 was the deal. I was like, God dang. It's just like, you know what? Where's my camera? It's just like Arby's, dude. Used to get 5 for $5 roast beef.
Now it's 4.
Forget about it.
4 for $5. Then it was 3. Now it's like 4 for
Now it's
10.
2 for $6.
Yeah.
2 for
What are you
6.
talking about?
Yeah.
2 fish sandwiches for $6. Get out of here.
By the way, this is
Fuck
not
that. I'm
socks.
all
This
over
is
that.
all leg. I'm feeling risky today. Shout out to the mall walking crew.
Oh, are we talking about shoes right now? Hold on. Hold on. He just.
Hey, relax,
check out-
Chance. Relax.
Easy.
You're doing too
easy.
much there, Federer.
I mean, those
Chance
pearly
got them
whites over
icy
there.
White. Those are not icy white reeds. Don't adjust your camera.
I love Chance. Next time you wear those over here, wear them with like khaki shorts.
I almost did.
That'd be fucking
And I almost
fire.
shaved my beard and just rocked
Duck
the
heads.
mustache.
Go duck heads.
No, I think he needs to go with some jorts with him
Hell yeah.
Some of them
I'm
Senate
with it.
exclusives.
just
$1,000,000%.
And a polo.
and a pole.
Now you're doing
too.
too. Now you're starting to sound like a fucking murderer.
And one of those
Damn.
braided belts.
Yeah.
Shout out braided
braided
belts.
belts.
Hell yeah.
And the socks up to here.
Yeah.
Shout out to braided belts because there was no limit on how big or small they could be. You could
You
put the
stretch it.
fucking thing. You could put the like prong through the braid.
I still wear a black braided belt right now, dude. Because I'm.
Do you have one on with your sweatpants?
Not with my sweatpants. Not my jogging pants. Dude, I'm fat, dude. It's easier. It's more elasticity.
What the fuck?
Elasticities?
More elasticity. And you know, let's talk about Vince McMahon, Tony. Fill Squints in.
Hold on, he's 70-something years old and he's fucking shitting on bitches' heads.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the.
I got it, dude. I'm tapped in. I'm up to.
Yeah,
I'm up to.
It's. But
bad shit.
He wasn't the only one doing it though. She was being passed around to pretty much the whole offices of WWE.
I saw the other gentleman involved.
John Laurinaitis.
Yes, I saw that.
from Legion of Doom.
Yes,
his brother.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Yeah,
And Brock Lesnar.
That's gross.
He's
And-
gone from WWE. Like they're trying.
Yeah, they're
trying to.
yeah, he's
remove him
gone
completely.
Because of all that.
Because he wanted to see a bitch piss on herself or something.
Well, luckily Vince is I mean, Vince is 70. What?
78.
Jesus, dude, he's
Trump's
not
like the same age, I think.
He's not gonna be around much longer, unfortunately. Yeah,
I mean-
he's got a lifelong fucking history of steroid abuse and shit. Like
and shitting on
There's no telling.
raging on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's. I can't believe he's 78 and looks like that.
Dude, what about that mustache thing?
It's gotta go.
He looks like
Somebody
he looks like
tell
a GTA
Vince
boss.
that's gotta go.
He's like a boss.
The old WWE shit is just wild to me.
Yeah.
Did you see where Stephanie is getting involved? They're saying that she was. What was it?
She
knew
covered
about?
up. There was a wrestler named Ashley Massaro.
Yeah.
She had allegations that she was assaulted over in Kuwait at
One of their
army
overseas
base.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're saying that Stephanie knew about that and helped with covering it up because WWE gets a lot of money for those shows
Kuwait
from
shows, yeah.
from
Wow.
Did she
from
end
the
up killing
military.
herself or something?
Yeah.
Or unaliving herself, or whatever you're saying.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
dude, I'm
it's-
telling you, this.
there's
it's like
so
layers
much that's
to
going
it.
to come out from
They
all
know
this
way
stuff.
more than me, but like that's why I think they were saying we talked about it in one of our episodes, but it was like, isn't that why The Rock is all of a sudden on board again?
Oh yeah.
I think so because
With TKO or whatever
Yeah,
that thing
the
is?
Rock with Endeavor, is that the main company that owns the UFC and the WWE? Is it Endeavor?
Yeah, and then
or is it
Something like
Endeavor,
that. I thought it was-
Endeavor, and then they have TKO Sports, which is UFC and WWE under the same
Okay,
umbrella.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I heard about last night on the UFC event. It blew me away.
Yeah, well, like a week or two before the whole Vince McMahon thing popped up, all of a sudden The Rock becomes a member of the board
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, he's like a heel now. He's a
Yeah.
bad guy now.
But he comes on through the company TKO. He's on the main board of trustees and all that stuff. Coincidentally, 2 weeks before the
Vince's news
And
comes out.
Vince news comes out, and then it blows up, and it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense that they brought him in to save face with all this bad shit going on.
When they first formed the company, Stephanie McMahon was on the board, Triple H was on the
Yep.
board, Vince McMahon was on the board. Now, the only wrestling related talent or wrestling related person is The Rock.
Yeah.
That's
See,
on the
they're
board.
The rest
fucking
of-
all just they're doing the Homer Simpson in the bush and shit.
Yeah, just backing out.
It's just
Wow.
it's
Or
just
possibly
insane, dude.
being pushed out.
or that too. They
yeah.
could just be getting jazz. You know,
It is a
Shout Jazz.
Jazzy
it-
Jeff.
Yeah, it is a clusterfuck in every single way that it could possibly be.
It's
Yep.
well too. It's like think about it. Like
There's no McMahon.
there's no McMahons in wrestling.
Yeah.
right now. Like there's no McMahons
That's unheard of.
associated with it. It's pretty wild, man.
And see, I think I think Shane McMahon.
He's been trying to leave.
This was
He's the only one really about the business.
yeah, and he wants nothing to do with, especially with Vince being
He's a
around.
fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
Well, I just saw where Shane McMahon's son just signed a scholarship to play football. With North
D1,
Carolina.
yeah, big scholarship.
Yeah.
He's ranked and shit. He's a good player.
but Goldberg's son just signed with
I saw
Colorado.
that, and he is a monster.
Yeah.
Is he like a big?
He's
like
a linebacker.
He is a monster.
He picked up Goldberg like a sack of potatoes, like it was nothing.
Yeah,
Have y'all
and he's
seen-
like 18 years old, and he is a fucking
Yeah.
monster.
Have you seen the athlete that Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
She
god,
is a monster.
jeez, dude.
That is Brock Lesnar.
It is Brock Lesnar with a fucking wig on.
yeah, it is. It's
The scariest female I've ever seen.
It's Brooke Lesnar.
No disrespect.
yeah,
Brooke
Intimidating.
Lesnar?
No, I don't know her name, but that's
If it's Brooke Lesnar, that's too far.
it should be.
It should
I'm
be.
sure it's not. It's probably like
Anyway.
Daisy
And
or something.
that child came out of Sable.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about
Fun
something.
fact, it did come out.
R.I.P..
Of no, she's alive.
No,
Sable?
Sable's
Is alive?
That's Brock
Isn't-
Lesnar's old lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What am I thinking about?
Who knows
thinking
how
of
much
I'm thinking about
Sable.
some porn star that died, probably.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Shout out
maybe-
porn stars.
I thought you were thinking about maybe Sunny, but she's not dead. She killed somebody.
Yeah, that's true too.
through her drunk driving. She's
I
got
saw that,
sentenced
but
like
she doesn't
18
look
years.
near like she used
She
to.
looks like somebody's granddad mama. You know what I mean?
Okay. I was going to tell y'all, these guys specialize in the movies and the wrestling, and obviously we've touched on wrestling a little bit, but I wanted to mention something to you guys. We were talking about Blu-rays and shit, and I know Tony collects movies.
Yes.
Chad used to collect Blu-rays.
I still do. I do 4Ks every now and then.
4Ks every now and again,
He's
but
a digital guy now.
he has a digital catalog that is extensive and appreciated.
It's on his voodoo.
Yeah, I'm tapped in.
That's all you had to say. It's
Yeah.
on my voodoo.
Yeah,
It's on my voodoo.
facts. Need to put that on a t-shirt. And then, but the movies. Did you guys see the clip recently of Chief Keef selling his Blu-ray collection and buying a new AP with the money?
No.
Dude, I'm telling you, as a movie collector that I am, I have some stuff in my collection that's worth a lot of money.
Chad, can you real quick on YouTube go to the shorts tab that we're all friends with now and say Chief Keef DVDs or some shit?
Yeah, there's some out there that will fetch. Like I have a Halloween collection.
I just saw this. Go ahead.
That before it came out on 4K, it was fetching like $400 for Halloween. Because a lot of movies that go out of print, which the companies don't produce them anymore, and then there's a lot of movies now are being taken off streaming services.
Yeah.
So there's no real way to watch the movie unless you have it physically.
Right.
And like
the bonus features.
Yeah.
The bloopers and shit. That's a thing.
Like I was telling Chad before we started filming, a movie that we're both a huge fan of, 28 Days Later. Have you ever heard of that movie?
I've heard of it, yes.
It's like a zombie movie.
movie,
It came out in, I think, 2003 or
and you
something.
said it's going for like a...
It's going for like, just the Blu-ray itself is going for $80 to $100.
28 days later.
It's a $5 movie for.
It was a $5 movie.
You guys check your DVD collections. That's what we're literally telling you.
Is there somewhere that people can go? Is it just eBay? People go to see the value?
And collector groups and stuff like that. It's like, especially in the horror genre.
But isn't this the same thing? Not to cut you off, but isn't this the same thing with VHS now?
Yeah, VHS is coming back now too.
Expensive.
Yeah, there's some VHS like
horror covers seem like they go really good.
And especially in the collector world, the horror genre is the one that you see like a lot of companies specifically just putting out horror movies.
Yeah.
Because there's a community based around just that are horror movie fans.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the world of like conventions, there's horror conventions. You don't see like action movie conventions around in the U.S. or drama movie conventions. You see horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one company that are big fans of me and Chad both, Vinegar Syndrome. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck them, dude.
Fuck y'all. I don't even know what we're talking about.
That one's got in a fight with them one year at the fucking convention center.
And I pissed off everybody on Facebook, evidently, by ranting against that company.
Tony got the most disliked video in my upload history.
Yeah.
So they have this boutique labels, what they call them. They'll release like limited edition. They'll polish turds, basically.
Yeah, polished turds.
And movie collectors will buy them, and then some of us will buy them and then sit on them and then flip them later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we bought our buddy Jordan bought some movies that were out of print on eBay. They were at this convention. So dude was selling them for normal price. Jordan bought a couple and was flipping them on eBay while we were at the convention.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting triple his money that he paid for him.
Way to go, Jordan.
So he came back through to buy more, and dude tried to get smart with him. So it was this whole back and forth thing.
That was in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, you were on that trip.
Yeah. So and then later on, they do like a sale. Tony spends a bunch of money and gets the sale, and it takes them 9-10 weeks or something.
Yeah, to ship it out and everything. And I make a rant video.
He lost it on the live.
Just a full on rant video, and then it got caught in
like 5,000 dislikes.
Yeah,
or something.
it's
hell yeah,
dude. It got in a Vinegar Syndrome Facebook group,
dude, and they lit Tony up. Dude.
Hell yeah, that a boy.
Every little thing.
Way to go, man!
Dude, it was freaking
so
awesome.
funny,
I had so much fun,
hell
like in the comment section, going back with
Good
people
for
on that.
you, dude.
But it's
it was bad, dude. Like I couldn't find nothing on Chief Keef's movie collection.
I just made it up.
Did you?
I could have swore I saw something.
I probably did though.
No, I believe it though,
that.
because there's, like I said, there's stuff out there. Like 28 Days Later, a simple Blu-ray,
$80.
$80.
I literally saw a clip though of Chief Keef, and he's in the back of like a Range Rover or something. It's open, and there's like a bunch of Kroger sacks in front of him, and each Kroger sack has multiple DVDs in it. And he's talking about, we finna sell all these motherfuckers. And he shows his new watch and says something about, how do you think I got this?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, I believe it, dude. Because like people like him, like for example, back when I worked at Best Buy years, it's probably 2017, 2016. It was later towards like us closing one. It was a weekend, and fucking Chance the Rapper walked in.
Hey, okay, random.
Security walked in, and he was like, he was going around, dude. He bought like $700 in DVDs.
Damn.
I rang him out. He was on tour doing a show at Vanderbilt, and he wanted movies to watch because they were fixing to go on a multiple city tour.
Yeah.
Bro, he bought like $700 in movies just that one day.
Yeah.
So like I could see Chief Keef having a collection that would probably be a couple $100,000 because he probably spent 3 times that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're probably all perfect where he watched them once, if he watched them at all.
Watched them at all. He probably just got somebody to go buy all the new movies that week. Because I see if they have that kind of money, that DVD money ain't shit to them.
Think of how much money Chance the Rapper made off that hat he made.
Yeah, dude. This was
What was on that hat?
It was something really simple.
Really, it's like a 3 or something.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Like a New Era hat. You know, Chance the Rapper. He wears the same hat all the time.
It's
just
something
put it
with
out
the
in
3 or
its
something.
Yeah, he teamed up with New Era, and they like printed up the hats or whatever, and it made him a millionaire overnight. He said.
Well, that's like the Nelk Boys. Anytime they do a drop,
I
it's
love the
like
Nelk Boys.
He's got some Nelk shit.
Yeah, it's like instant. It's like instant sellout when stuff.
And I've invested in some of that in the past. I got a few things Nelk, but I do have one thing that's put up, and I've never used it. Nelk.
I'm up. Are gonna be worth some money.
And I'm hoping that like Supreme, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
same shit. Yeah. I'm hoping that one day it's going to be worth a lot.
Yeah,
you talk about some hustlers.
I'll show it to you for you.
Those kids. Well, they're not kids anymore, but man,
They're very smart.
very smart hustlers.
They're going to end up owning half the fucking internet sooner or later.
Yeah. Did you get to see them when they came here to Nashville?
No, I've never seen any of them guys in person.
Because when Happy Dad first came into Nashville and everything,
They did a liquor store appearance.
they went to Kid Rock's.
No, they're wild as fuck.
Yes, yeah,
It's completely different demographic.
Steve, I got to meet Steve. That was cool.
Fire.
Dude,
That's him and Kyle's the ones I would want to meet.
Steve.
Yeah.
But it sucks because Steve can't be on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
they're still winning.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable to me.
He just went and signed an exclusive deal with Rumble.
Kick.
Rumble's not a thing anymore.
Rumble is a thing.
Oh,
yeah. He streams on Rumble, but I think he just did a deal with Kick.
Yeah.
Kick's the move right now.
Yeah, like not last episode, 2 episodes ago, Squinch was telling me about the whole deal with Aiden Ross because I didn't know nothing about that guy. I know y'all talked about him before.
Yeah.
And he's talked about him, but
dumbass.
That's how
he's a weirdo, bro.
That's how the Kick.
I let him sign my paycheck, so.
Did you see where Riff Raff took a $50,000 watch from Neon in a pickup basketball game?
I don't doubt that. Riff Raff can ball.
Yeah.
Neon's a tool, so I don't understand. Not even that tool. Neon's a little geeky fucking Indian dude.
Yeah, you showed me him.
He's a fucking dweeb, bro. I do not understand that boy's following. I don't get why kids stream him. He's young as fuck, and
he's super cringe.
Oh,
to me, yes, and the content he puts together is fucking cringe as fuck to me. But he's a kid, and I can't. I'm a grown ass man. So, but in the same reference, there's people my age that can't relate to the Steve Will Do It content or the Nelk Boys content at all. Like your personality basically has to like work with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even if those guys were sitting in the room right now, and we were talking about analytics, etc., they would openly admit that men our age normally are not in their demographic.
Yeah.
But then they would fucking love the fact that we were, you know what I'm saying? And they obviously absorb that portion of their audience, but they don't specifically have to cater to us.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But the 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, however old he is, Neon,
male probably.
Shit, bro. There's like, he don't give a fuck. He'll cuss out people and shit, and this is different. Hey, man, that's strike 2, bro.
I know. I thought I put it on silent.
Yeah,
strike 2.
Sorry, I brought him over and he's acting like that.
Don't strike out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Turn on the
You're down in the count, dude. You're down in the count.
Christ. I mean, you just completely think about how you just ruined the vibe.
I know.
The whole podcast, throw it away.
Screeching halt.
Chance, bring us back. Put your
Matter of fact, I'm done.
I'm never allowed back here again. Thanks.
It's been a good ride.
You said it.
Been a good ride.
But no, Riff Raff did take a $50,000.
I would have took it too.
Yeah.
Shout out Riff Raff.
Yeah, just for a pickup game of basketball.
I recently watched Riff Raff on Bradley Martin Raw Talk podcast.
Yeah.
And he shows the prototype for his sneaker. Yeah, look that shit up.
Oh boy, I can imagine. What's the color? What's the colorway on that?
You're imagining the right way.
Yeah, okay. Then.
It's like 19 different colors.
Huckleberry Aquarius.
It's called something like that, but the heel, like the ankle portion, it's a high, but it's up there. It's big. And Bradley puts them on. Bradley tries them on because they're the same size.
Didn't Kanye have some like Yeezy boots like that?
He's got these things currently that are available. Everything on Yeezy.com right now is $20. Y'all know that?
I didn't know.
I'm sure it's sold out by now, but it's like shirts, joggers, and these things that are for your feet, but they're like, I hate to blow this up. Chad, will you go to Yeezy.com real quick? There's only 3 or 4 items that are on there, and they're all marked at $20, but there's these things you can put on your feet that I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but they're like that.
But they're like collapsible and stuff. It's like
they're like a pair of fucking socks, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, they're like a pair of socks, and they have like ninja bottoms to them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like padded fucking slippers.
socks.
Yeah, they're called something. They're like suds or something.
Speaking of Kanye, what happened with? Didn't he put an album out this week?
They pulled it from
Vultures.
iTunes.
I think my theory is Vultures was up #1, and then a guy named Ryan Upchurch released a record, knocked him out of the #1 spot, and he didn't like not being #1.
Oh, you thinking?
So he took it down.
You think that's what it was?
That's my theory.
Yeah, I just figured he may have pissed.
Only thing I can come up with, he's pissed off plenty of people.
Yeah.
That's why half the records that are supposed to be on that album wasn't on it when we got it.
There was talk something with the distribution is what they said it was, but yeah, I don't know if that's.
I think they took it down because of church.
Yep.
Really?
Shout out to church for that.
Yeah, clip that.
That's a flex.
Wow.
If that's even what it was, but also I didn't even get a chance to listen to the new. It don't show anything but shirts on there.
Right. Really? There were these things that go on your feet. They were called like suds or something. They were really weird. They look like Peter Pan socks or some shit.
This is just
they're just black.
Interesting fashion.
It really is. None of it is appealing to me. That's a whole different part of the world to me, almost,
it's
man.
Literally a black shirt, and on the back it has a 1 on it in white text. That's all it is.
Vultures. I listened to the album.
Oh, you got to you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it twice, but the first time I listened to it, I really wasn't paying attention, and I watched them doing a streaming event. And when they did the streaming event is when you get to hear the Backstreet song, and you get to hear there's something else. There's a couple other records that were on the listening parties that are not on the actual album, and the Backstreet song is one of those for sure. Everybody, that song is not on the album. It didn't get the sample cleared.
Yeah.
But that discussion played into a couple other records as well. One with Ozzy Osbourne on it, and then or a sample from Ozzy Osbourne from a live performance in like 70s or some shit. Didn't make the record as well. But that's what I'm saying. There's going to be multiple stories that come out as to why the album got taken down. Maybe it'll be added again with new records. Yeah. Why not just make another album?
Do you think it would be a good marketing plan to do that?
No.
Because it could make it...
To bring it down...
It could make it more rare.
More sought after or something?
I mean, I guess... But now all of it's leaked. All of it's out. We all had it. You know what I'm saying?
So what about those people that paid for it? Did they just when they took it down? They just
luckily I'm not the person that paid for it. I couldn't answer that. Luckily,
I don't know how that would work. I would assume they have to just refund.
It's an independent album. The album's independent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
Right? And he came out the gate at 170. I think 170,000 first week. That is amazing numbers in 2024.
No, for sure.
Amazing.
50 to 75.
Number one, blew them all out the water. What's crazy about that top 5 of that week's projected sales, like he was projected to come out 140, 170. Don't hold me to those numbers. It's it's a lot compared to what modern day artists are making on their albums, right? Yeah. But what was interesting about the top 5 is number 4 was Morgan Wallen with that same 50 song album he put out, still number 4 with like 70-something thousand units in a week.
Insane.
Wow. Still selling that fucking album, dude.
I saw
insane.
His shit's unreal.
Dude, it's unreal. And then now he's about to open up a bar downtown. 6-story bar.
No, facts.
It's Nashville is downtown. Nashville is just a whole nother animal in itself nowadays.
Yeah, country stars, former country stars, current country stars. I own all of it.
Check this out. So. I don't know if y'all saw the super simple, weird commercial Kanye bought for the Super Bowl.
I did, where he's just sitting in the car.
$7 million for that slot, right?
Mm-hmm. 30 seconds.
Kanye West's unconventional Super Bowl ad for his Yeezy fashion line, filmed simply on his cell phone, led to a $19 million sales on Yeezy.com.
$20 a piece. Everything was $20.
That's insane. He made 12. That $7 million investment made him 19.
And you saw the shirt.
Yeah.
Just not simple. Just
it's a fucking rag. Yeah. With a 1 on the back, and then there were some that didn't have the 1. The pants are just like black.
Yeah, there's one thing. It's like
black
a
joggers.
thing.
I told you the sock things were just black. Yeah. Like they're the simple. Like he's a fucking genius.
Yeah, it's his name.
His overhead is probably nothing.
Like, it's crazy.
For obviously the $7 million.
See the grill he bought, the titanium shit. Did you see that stupid shit? Look at that. Just look at the picture of. He looks like a fucking fool. Like it's the stupidest look.
Speaking of clothing, is this real that I've been seeing? Where Donald Trump came out with his own shoes?
Yes, they are $400 a pair. You can pre-order them right now, and they're saying the gate that they're gold. Yeah, but they're saying I've already seen them.
Like a Jordan 1.
Shout out Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God was currently at SneakerCon and posted them. Because the release for these shoes are at SneakerCon exclusively. Shout out Justin Rourke. You know he's there. He's probably going to come over here with a pair. Yeah. But they're saying they're limited to 1,000 pairs. Like even the website says that. If that's the case, surely they're gone within moments.
They were.
But I did see them. I saw multiple pairs, and I saw pairs that were autographed, not in person, but online. Yeah, they're hideous. If you ask me.
Oh yeah, they're hideous.
They're this big. They look like something from the 80s.
They're not worth the $400. It's crazy. But to only produce 1,000 pairs and know they're going to sell out within seconds and only make $40,000, like, bro, you can make 400,000 pairs and sell them all
with $400 a pair at 1,000 pairs. You're talking about 400,000, ain't you?
Oh yeah. Sorry, but still, it's a quick. Why 1,000?
Why not just limit? Why not limit it to as many as?
Why not 2,500?
Or 10,
I mean, it makes the rarity? It makes the rarity on the back end for the consumer less, but it makes more money for Trump, especially when he's on a fucking campaign.
Yeah.
What I know about politics, we don't do that over here.
No, but that was the exclusive. That's the extent of it, and it was just because Trump came out with a shoe, and I
a gold shoe at that.
I rock with Trump.
A gold one.
Big time.
It's gold.
Yeah,
oh, dude, that's crazy.
It really is.
Let's just think about that for a second.
What? Gold shoes?
The times
they look like Chucks.
Well, no, the times we're living in where our president is dropping his own tennis shoes.
Shout out to him.
And he's not our president currently, but he was, and it's
genius.
Hopefully, will be.
From a campaign aspect, it's fucking genius. We don't do politics over here, bro. But when you're doing what you're doing,
music and
he showed up at Sneaker Con, bro.
Related to what we talk about,
He signed. He's kicking it with the Nelk Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Marketing genius.
He is literally tapping into the younger generations because he knows how to. And he's in with the UFC. He knows how to be in to put himself in those type scenarios to absorb those type potential voters.
Yeah,
it is a marketing fucking scheme that is ingenious. Like it's nothing smarter than that.
Well, speaking about that, not with Trump, but you talking about UFC. Recently, this past week, I saw something where Dana White was on Howie Mandel's podcast and
walked off.
What happened?
Wow.
I don't know. I saw the clip. Shout out Howie Mandel. He's a weirdo, but shout out Howie Mandel. And Dana White's a gangster, and he's fucking like a G. Like, I recently watched him on Nelk with Bob Menery. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Menery fan, huge Nelk Boy fan, huge Dana White fan. So that podcast, you get a glimpse of how fucking savage Dana White can be, because Dana White gets angry.
Oh yeah,
he gets
and he like mediating them too.
Yes, and he's frustrated, and he's friends with Menery, and he's friends with Kyle, and he's pissed off that Menery fucking sabotaged their relationship. There's a lawsuit, and he's there to literally help mend the fence, etc. But there are moments in that pod where you see what I think to be what Dana White is capable of from like,
and what he really is,
right? Yeah. What was the question?
Just talking about Howie Mandel.
Yeah, why that happened? I think Dana White is too savage for that. Like, he's not going to sit and listen to Howie Mandel be a fucking idiot.
I didn't know if he asked him something weird, or I didn't see the clip.
It's literally the intro. I think Howie Mandel's literally like kind of saying, "All right, our guest today is like a he's a."
Well, I heard that like he that was like he already done multiple pods
that day. He's on a pod run for episode 300.
So I haven't seen the clip or anything like that of it. So
I saw the clip. It seemed like a little over the. If he was just fed up for the day, and Howie Mandel, I could get it.
He just caught the brunt of the storm.
I think Howie Mandel's just a cheese ball, and
he's a germaphobe.
Yeah, that too. And I just don't think Dana White and Howie Mandel is a good mix.
It's definitely because like. There's episodes of Howie Mandel's podcast I've watched when he's had comedians that I really like on there.
Yeah, comedians, but he's a comedian.
I don't understand the Dana White being on there. That was kind of
I think he's just on a run. He's on a podcast
to promote the UFC fights. Is probably
it's exactly what it is. It's a UFC 300 pitch,
he was on
basically.
Theo's recently,
always. Yeah. But the thing, I think, what are you gonna say, Chance?
I was just gonna say on the Theo Von podcast, he basically called out Peloton.
Oh yeah, say get them out of the gym. Done with it, because the owner he
went and he dropped Theo Von as a
sponsor because of something he said.
I think it was something with the Robert Kennedy.
Yes,
they did the Robert
yes, he didn't. They Peloton wanted the episode had to be taken down because Peloton was the lead sponsor on the episode of Robert Kennedy.
And they don't like his
like his political views. Yeah. Asked Theo Von to take the episode down. They had to take it down in its entirety because of the Peloton ads that were in it or some shit.
Put it back up.
I don't know if he even put it back up.
No. And then Dana White said, when he found that out, he said, "Do we have Peloton bikes in our gym?
Get them out of there. Yep. Put them in the fucking dumpster."
Yep.
Savage as fuck.
Yeah. Gangster.
But I think I think in this modern day and with that much money and success, that is the way I would want to be.
Oh yeah,
like I would want to be like that. But he's a genius, bro. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of Dana White.
Well, he's
he's
a businessman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to from where he took the UFC, where it was at when he took it over to where it is now.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
To take a sport that was banished in every state except for 2.
I watched UFC last night. It was unreal. It's a great card.
And now it's must watch every pay-per-view now.
Got to.
It's the highest. Other than what's
y'all watch UFC? You watch UFC, Chance?
Not much anymore.
Do you?
Used to.
Tony?
Here and there.
I don't miss it.
It's got to be a fight that interests me and everything.
Whew, last night was crazy.
Volkanovski.
Yep, and Topuria. He got beat.
Yeah, which was.
And what's funny is I posted the card. I always post the card on fight night. I usually post a little UFC like card that shows all the fights. And when I do that, numerous people reached out to me. They always do. I usually have half dozen to over a dozen people reach out and say something directly about who you got, or what they think's going to happen. And every one of them, I told the same thing, and every one of them was correct except for the Volk fight. But when I mentioned the Volk fight, I kept telling everybody, I got DMs to prove it. I said, I got Volk, but if anybody's going to take Volk off this throne, it's going to be this kid right here. Yeah. And the kid's undefeated. He's 7-0, 9-0 in the UFC. He's been on a tear, and his story to get where he got is this kid's a savage. He's a fucking champion regardless. Sooner, if he don't get it this time, he's gonna get it eventually. Yeah. Volk's had it for so long, and he knocked him out cold in the second round, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The kid knocked him out. Blew me. That's where I lost my money. I had a small parlay, but I bet on 8 fights, $5 to win over $300. Won 7 of them, and when it got to the Volk fight, I lost my money.
Cejudo got beat last night too, didn't he?
And he's gonna retire.
Yay.
That's fine with me. I can't stand Cejudo. I missed.
I was hoping Sean O'Malley would put him in retirement.
It was bound to happen next. That probably would have been part of his story had he had won last night, and luckily that didn't happen.
I'm a big Sugar Sean fan.
Me too. I hope he wins.
His podcast.
He better keep winning.
Yeah, he's got to,
because the moment he wins, dude, the moment he loses,
it's all going to be taken away
over.
From him. Yeah,
it won't be the same anyway.
Well, he's already lost
once.
Yeah,
it's a loss because it's who he's fighting next. The rematch of them two fighting is UFC 299. That's the next pay-per-view. Yeah. You just come here and watch it. I'll have it here. Yeah, last night I put the projector in the living room. Badass.
Big timer.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Big timer.
Yeah, I tried to get that thing out when it's just low key, but I'd bring it out here and set the screen up. There's a screen I can set up, but last night I just took it inside and put it up on the big wall. Yeah. Shit, it was golden, dog. It was golden. Shout out UFC. We gotta go to one soon.
Pearly white shoes.
Shout out Chance's pearly white shoes.
Shout out to Over the Top.
Shout out to Over the Top.
No, shout out to you guys, and I got some shit to say.
Over the Top. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
for having us on here, man. This is
oh, dude, it was bound to happen. We just needed to make sense.
We tell all the guys that come over here, once you get that chair, it's yours. But I mean, you guys can come over here. We ain't got to do a podcast. All you got to do is
say, hey, we need some content. We're here.
Yep. Word. Well, I'm proud of you guys, man. Keep it going. Episode 50. Episode 50, Over the Top, available now, featuring my beautiful face. Mm-hmm. So tap the fuck into that.
What's the name of the episode?
My beautiful face,
or just that whole thing you said is the name of it.
Can you repeat?
Do y'all name y'all's episodes like that?
No, it's just gonna be called Let's Talk Squid 615 or something.
We don't have fancy names. It's just always Let's Talk something.
But yeah, y'all tap the fuck ins. Available on YouTube on Thursday. New episodes every Thursday,
7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. Y'all tap the fuck in. Yeah. But yeah, y'all come back here. We'll do this again anytime. This is the second pod we've shot together today, and it doesn't even feel, other than the headphones, it doesn't really.
No, it's just we're just sitting here talking a bunch of bullshit. Talking shit. Talk your shit.
Talk your shit. Yeah, I'm about to feed the kids, and then fun fact, we got another one to record. Chad, I got an interesting text we got to talk about too. Yeah, over the top. Y'all tap the fuck in. Down there on the end, it's my good friend, my candy corn eating friend, Hot Mike Chance. Yes, this guy here is Friday the 14th, Tony.
We out this motherfucker.
And that's ChadArmesTV.com. I'm Squint615. ZachGotShitSite.com, ChadArmesTV.com. Chatty, let's go.
Bow. Go check out the song Me and Jam Wayne out now, baby.
Yeah, I got him mad, bitches.
Hell yeah.
Bitch, we got views.